Hello everyone, Andrew here, and today we're checking out the Midnight Beta and specifically the new allied race, the Haranir. First of all, in order to play as a Haranir, you need to finish the main campaign in Haranir. When you are done, you unlock an achievement that gives you access to this playable race, and that's of course for your entire account. So you can do as many as you want. In today's video, we're going over all the vast customizations available to them, their racial abilities, the dance moves, because obviously we have to check those, and everything else in between. They also bring new Druid customizations for every single form, and to top it all off, each of those forms can be further customized in the barbershop. Yes, you heard that right! Obviously, I do not want this video to be as gargantuan as this beautiful fungal strider here, so I'll save the full breakdown of the Druid forms for another time. For now, let's dive into everything else Haranir has to offer. Right off the bat, Haranir can be played by both factions and they come with 9 available classes. That is honestly quite impressive for a brand new race. As you can see, they can all be paladins, death knights, demon hunters or evokers. Though I wouldn't be entirely surprised if those restrictions get lifted someday, especially for DKs and paladins. Either way, if you want to give Haranir a try, you already have a huge variety of classes to pick from. We'll check their racials after we go through all their customizations, so you can get a better idea of which class combo feels right for you. Oh, and before I forget, if you choose to play a hunter, you can start with this Raptor as your first pet, which I think is pretty cool. Alrighty, let's kick things off with a male customization or body type 1. If you are feeling lazy, you can just hit randomize and pick something you like. But in good conscience, I could never do that. I spend way too much time customizing my characters, so we're going through everything one by one. Although I gotta give it to them, even the randomized looks are fantastic. But anywho, let's start tweaking around. First of all, they have a wide range of skin colors that range between green, purple and blue hues in both lighter and darker tones, though you can absolutely go for more human-looking colors if you prefer that. We'll check the eye colors in a bit, but I just want to say that I really love how their iris reflects light when you rotate them around. It's such a nice touch. Their face options are a bit limited, with only 8 to choose from, and to be honest, like most of those have like abysmal differences and for the most part are just age variations. Like for example, some faces look younger while others have wrinkles, so if you want to roleplay as an elder Haranir, you can absolutely do that. Not to spoil you, but I think the face options for females are way better, so yeah, I guess we're just gonna have to find out if they add any more. Let's not forget that this is just a beta test. Now, their hairstyles on the other side are absolutely amazing. You get 18 options ranging from short to long hair, ponytails, afro styles, and well, all of them look amazing. You do also have the option to add or remove quills, as we'll see down in one of the later categories. But yeah, let's take it as it shows here. Now, they have 30 hair colors, which is absolutely insane. I mean, compared to other races. And on top of that, you can add highlights and change the highlight color too. With so many options, you can create a ton of combinations until you find the one you really want. Honestly, Haranir feel like what night elves want to be when they grow up. I'm obviously talking about the male model here, not the female one. We'll get there soon. You can also customize their eyebrows with different thickness, length, giving you even more variety. There are 12 eye color options, and again, the glow effect as you rotate them is a really nice touch. You can make them blind in one eye or both, if that fits the character you're going for. Their nose can be wide or thin, and the wide one actually reminds me a bit of the Onaran centaurs. It kinda does, doesn't it? Anyway, both are fine. Their mouth tusks also come in tiny, small, medium and large versions. There is also a face paint, which, as I'll show you in just a bit, you can recolor as well. Here you can just tweak the pattern. Personally, I would love to see them add a scar option one day. That's why I said before that, their face options are a bit limited. Like a scar addition will be a great way to show why a character might be blind in one eye, like a claw mark or something along those lines. but that's honestly just a tiny improvement they could do. It's already more than we ever had in any other allied race, I think, so we are good. I'm just saying that if they want to take it a step further, they can absolutely have a bit more varied face options, that's all. Okay, next category, you can customize the mustache, you can add a beard and a ton of different sideburn styles. This is also where you can remove or add quills to your hairstyle, like I mentioned before, and you can even change that quill color. That obviously adds yet another layer of expression and further customization. You can add any of the 4 fur patterns to the face as well, and again you can recolor that in the final category. Moving on to the next category, you can make their ears bigger or droopy or like larger, longer. You can pick from several shapes and you can add earrings if you want, or just leave them completely plain. You do also get some necklace options and you can even recolor all of this jewelry. The final category brings in a lot of body customization. For example, you can add quills to either shoulder or both, and you can pick whether they look full, thin, thick or really spiky. You can recolor them too. Body paint has 4 options and all of them look really cool. You are also able to recolor those as well. Just keep in mind that recoloring the body paint also changes the face paint, since they are linked. Now, like I said, this is beta, so that might change later, or it might stay the same, who knows really. You can also add extra fur, change its pattern and recolor it. And once again, this changes the face fur as well. Okay, thankfully we're not getting any strange 2-toe or 3-toe situation again. They do have normal feet, though you can make them clawed if you really prefer. Speaking of claws, I don't know if you noticed, but their hands are pretty gigantic, at least compared to the rest of the body. And finally, the last option lets you change the loincloth color. Though, let's be honest, you'll be wearing trousers most of the time anyway, unless you decide to go full-on Tarzan mode. And in that case, you do you. And that's it for male body type 1. Now, yes, we have to check the female. Though I do have to say that I really like their dance animation. It is so cool, very upbeat and full of positive vibes and energy. And their jumping animation has that same cool night elf style front flip, which just looks awesome. So yeah, just wanted to put that out there. Okay, now body type 2. Female Haranir. We have one less category right off the bat, but the customizations are still a ton and you can create so many unique combinations. The skin colors are pretty much the same as the male, so you've got all of those options. I do feel like the face options here are a lot better. They have bigger variety, though I could be a bit biased. I don't know, let me know. You can add freckles, go for a more mature look, fuller cheeks or a bit of contour. I particularly like the face that had that smoky eye effect, or maybe just underbags, whatever, let's call it smoky eye. Then we get 18 hairstyles and they are all genuinely amazing. You can find shorter ones, more afro style options, and one of them even has flowers in it, which I absolutely adore. My favorite actually might be the long braid, and wow, there is even a mohawk made out of quills? So kind of like a quill hawk? Yeah, definitely you can find some crazy wild hairstyles. And then you get some more playful ones at the end. Like the male counterpart, they have 30 hair colors to choose from, which is more than enough to satisfy anyone. You get more muted tones and also some really vibrant colors, similar to, I think, what the trolls have.
Elomon.
They do also get highlights, but unfortunately that's still bugged in the beta, so we have to go without highlights. Okay, highlights have been finally fixed, so there you have it, even more hair options that you can play around with. Eyebrow options are plentiful and you get a ton of eye colors again, same as before. I think they are all really good. I really like how vibrant and kind of bioluminescent they are. They are all amazing. You also get the blind option here, and on top of that you can customize their eyelashes. Yes, eyelashes! The amount of tiny details you can tweak honestly blows my mind. I just hope we get more customizations like this for all the races as well. I mean, they do deserve some love too. Let us hope. Okay. You can also choose whether you want the quills to show or not, and you can even customize the color. They also get some face fur patterns as did the males, but obviously you won't see any mustache or beard situation happening here, for better or worse. Next they get 2 nose options, a tiny one and a slightly bigger version, and you can choose from different mouth tusk sizes as well. You can also go absolutely wild with some huge ear options, droopy styles, whatever you want. And one little detail I really love, their ears actually move around, kind of like a cat, which yeah, I think it just makes them adorable, very lively and fun. Yeah, I kinda forgot to show the jewelry earlier, so I had to visit a barber shop. The earrings are quite interesting to say the least. They can be fangs, thorns, claws, or spikes, whatever your choice of torture. I mean, earrings obviously. They do get some really cool necklaces that you can pick from, and I think the jewelry colors complement everything really well. So back to where we were, they also get a variety of face paint shapes, and you'll be able to customize the color in the final category. And with that we have arrived to the final part, body customization. They've got 4 types of paint patterns and 5 colors to choose from. You can add quills to your shoulders, either one or both, and you can customize the color as well. Furthermore, you can add body fur, change its pattern, and then change the color of it. Yeah, they've got a lot of color options for this part. Their feet can be either clawed or normal, and oh my, do they have a claw on their back? That is a bit disgusting, honestly. And finally, you can have leaves for a bra if you want, and you can change their underclothes color. Okay, I think the Haranir are launching with an incredible range of customization options, and it's honestly wild to see just how uniquely you can create your character. But I am most curious, what's your take on it? How do you feel about the overall customization options? The female dance looks awesome as well, and obviously takes big inspiration from the dance Orowina had in the World Within cinematic. I absolutely adore it. Their casting animations are also pretty cool, quite similar to the Night Elf, I believe. And again, I love that they can do that front flip when they jump. They don't always do it, but when it happens, it catches me by surprise every single time. I think we've covered a lot of customization for one day, so let's take a break and check the ratios. And let me tell you, they have quite an interesting toolkit. Their passive ratios include Lash Out, which gives them 1% increased critical strike damage, and healing. This actually makes it a great candidate for any class that benefits from critical. For the profession min-maxers, 1 with nature gives them 5 increased herbaling skill and 10 finesse. Higher finesse means a higher chance on getting additional herbs when you gather. This is not to be confused with Tauren, who simply gather faster. That's deftness. So when it comes down to it, if you make a Haranir, they will definitely benefit if you spec them into herbalists. In addition, they get Subterranean Predator, which gives them 10% more XP from aberrations, beasts, and elementals. This mainly helps your leveling speed, but you do also get 1% more damage to those creature types. That automatically makes them stronger than any other race whenever you're fighting in dungeon or raid boss that falls under one of those categories. Now let's dig deeper and get to the root of it all, the active racial traits. And let me tell you, they're blooming with flavor. The first one is Thorn Bloom, a 40-yard range spell that summons powerful thorns in a targeted area, dealing damage to enemies and healing allies. It's on a 3-minute cooldown, and the visual is really nice. Honestly, not sure if you want to add this one to your bars. Well, perhaps yeah, since all the classes got a bit of a pruning lately, and now you got space. However, you'll definitely want to make room for this next one. Root walking is where things get extra fun. First of all, no matter where you are, if you cast this, it teleports you back to the cradle, right in the central heart of Horrendor, the den. It's flavorful teleport that feels perfectly in theme for the Haranir, a literal return to your roots whenever you need it. But it doesn't stop there, you can also return to the exact spot where you first cast it. similar to the Dreamgrove teleport for druids. And to top it all off, root walking can connect you directly to the major wall trees, as long as you are near their roots in Haranir. For example, using it near the Teldrassil roots sends you to Darkshore. At the Blinding Bloom, it takes you to Val'Shara. Other destinations include Amirdrassil, specifically at Belameth, and even Mount Hyjal. All in all, I think this spell is super handy and convenient to have, perfect for traveling between zones, and of course as a reliable way to always find your way to your roots. In other words, Haranir. And that's pretty much all. It's truly wild how the Haranir branch out with customization, and they already feel incredibly polished with a huge amount of options, great ratios, and some genuinely fun utility. Even in their current state in beta, they're shaping up to be one of the most unique additions we had in a long time. I'm really excited to see how they continue to evolve as we get closer to the release of Midnight, but so far they are looking very promising. Sadly, their jokes are not implemented yet, so if you do want, I can make a video once they're added. As I've already said, I'll be making a video on the Haranir Druid next to show all the exclusive forms they get, so make sure to stick around for that. As always, thank you so much for sticking around until the very end, and make sure to drop a like if you have found this video helpful. Don't forget to subscribe for more WoW coverage and hit the bell to stay up to date. Good luck with whatever you are doing, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!